The story of the football boot is a tale of innovation, culture, and the evolution of sport itself. From humble beginnings to the modern, high-tech cleats worn by the world's best players, football boots have played an essential role in shaping the game of football, known as soccer in some countries, and influencing how it is played at every level. The history of the football boot is intertwined with the growth of the sport, the changing demands of athletes, and the relentless pursuit of performance, comfort, and style. Football, in various forms, has been played for centuries. In medieval Europe, rough versions of the game involved kicking a ball made from inflated animal bladders or stitched leather. Players originally wore their everyday shoes, which were typically hard-soled, heavy, and designed for work rather than sport. These early games were often violent, and the footwear offered minimal protection. Players began modifying their shoes for better grip and durability, sometimes adding nails or studs to the soles, giving rise to the first rudimentary cleats. The need for specialized footwear became evident as football evolved from a folk pastime into an organized sport. By the 19th century, the codification of football rules in England formalized the sport, and with it came the need for standardized equipment. Early football boots were heavy leather shoes that extended above the ankle to provide support and protection. They were stiff, often uncomfortable, and designed primarily to protect the foot rather than enhance performance. Studs or cleats were added to the soles, usually made of metal, to improve traction on muddy fields. These boots were often produced locally by cobblers and were considered expensive, making them a significant investment for players. The Industrial Revolution and advances in leather processing allowed for the mass production of football boots. In the late 19th century, companies such as Adidas, Puma, and Umbro began experimenting with designs that balanced protection, flexibility, and comfort. The boots remained heavy compared to modern standards, but the addition of more ergonomic shapes and better materials began to change the game. Football boots became part of a player's identity, and their designs started to reflect both function and style. One of the major innovations in football boots came with the introduction of interchangeable studs in the early 20th century. This allowed players to adapt their footwear to different pitch conditions, whether wet, dry, or muddy. The ability to customize boots for traction revolutionized the way football was played, giving athletes more control over movement and reducing injuries. The 1920s and 1930s saw further experimentation with lighter leather, different stitching patterns, and reinforced toes, reflecting a growing understanding of biomechanics and the importance of footwear in performance. Post-World War II, football experienced a boom in popularity across Europe and South America. Clubs and national teams demanded better quality boots, leading to innovation by manufacturers. Companies like Adidas in Germany, founded by Adolf Dassler, and Puma, created by his brother Rudolf, were at the forefront of boot design. In 1954, Adidas introduced the first screw-in studs, allowing players to change stud height depending on the pitch, which was a groundbreaking advancement. That year, the German national team, wearing Adidas boots with screw-in studs, won the World Cup, demonstrating the competitive advantage that modern football boots could provide. The 1960s and 1970s marked a period of both aesthetic and technical evolution. Boots became lighter, more flexible, and more closely fitted to the foot. The introduction of synthetic materials alongside traditional leather allowed for more innovative designs, reducing weight and increasing comfort. Brands began endorsing specific players, turning boots into marketing tools as well as sporting equipment. Legends like Pelé, George Best, and Johan Cruyff influenced public perception of football boots, with their style and performance inspiring young players worldwide. Football boots became cultural symbols, representing skill, individuality, and status. By the 1980s, the focus on performance led to the development of boots designed for speed and ball control. The classic black leather boots were gradually replaced by colored designs and lighter materials. Synthetic uppers allowed for better water resistance and enhanced touch on the ball. Companies introduced innovative stud configurations to improve grip, acceleration, and change of direction. Boots became a fusion of science, art, and engineering, reflecting advances in sports science and biomechanics. The collaboration between manufacturers and professional players accelerated innovation, creating footwear tailored to specific positions, playing styles, and surfaces. The 1990s and early 2000s witnessed the globalization of football and the emergence of superstar culture. Football boots became not just equipment, but symbols of identity and personal branding. Companies like Nike, Adidas, Puma, and Reebok competed fiercely to sign endorsement deals with players such as Ronaldo, Beckham, and Zinedine Zidane. Signature boots were developed, incorporating advanced materials, aerodynamic shapes, and cushioning technologies to enhance performance. Lightweight synthetics, carbon fiber inserts, and advanced sole plates allowed players to maximize agility, power, and precision. Football boots evolved from functional gear into tools of expression, combining style, technology, and performance. In addition to technological innovation, the professionalization of youth football academies increased the demand for specialized boots. Young players were encouraged to choose boots that enhanced ball control, dribbling, and passing skills. Manufacturers diversified their products to cater to specific positions: forwards, midfielders, defenders, and goalkeepers. Turf-specific boots, indoor shoes, and soft ground options reflected the increasing complexity of the sport and the need for specialized equipment to maximize performance and reduce injuries. The digital era brought further transformation. Materials science enabled lighter and stronger boots, while computer modeling allowed engineers to analyze pressure points, foot shape, and movement patterns to optimize design. Companies began using 3D printing and laser cutting to create precise components, while environmental considerations introduced sustainable materials in some lines. Fans could also interact with the sport by purchasing replica boots, customized shoes, and limited editions, turning football boots into collectibles and fashion statements. Today, football boots are the product of decades of innovation, combining heritage, technology, and athlete input. The boots worn by modern stars are lightweight, ergonomic, and engineered for optimal performance across different surfaces, weather conditions, and playing styles. From the earliest nailed leather shoes to today's technologically advanced cleats, football boots have evolved in parallel with the sport itself, shaping how football is played and experienced globally. The history of the football boot reflects broader cultural and technological trends. It demonstrates how human needs for protection, performance, and identity can drive innovation. The football boot is a testament to the interplay between sport, industry, and culture, showing that even something as seemingly simple as footwear can have profound implications for society, commerce, and individual achievement. The story of the football boot is ongoing as designers, engineers, and players continue to push the boundaries of what is possible, redefining the relationship between the athlete, the ball, and the game itself. From medieval streets to World Cup finals, from leather cleats to carbon fiber studs, the football boot has remained at the heart of football. It is a symbol of human creativity, competitive spirit, and the enduring love for the beautiful game. Every evolution in design, every innovation in materials, and every celebrated signature model tells a story of progress, passion, and the relentless pursuit of excellence on the field.